All right, that's where we leave it for this morning here on SABC2. Thanks so much for watching. SK?
Indeed. We'll see you again tomorrow. Until then, please take care. But we still have one more hour to run on the SABC News channel. Well, 8 o'clock, let's bring you the latest news here on Morning Live. Roads leading to the High Court in Bloemfontein have been closed and security is tight. This ahead of suspended ANC Secretary General Ace Magashule's appearance today. The court will hear his application to have the corruption charges against him withdrawn. Now, Magashule and 15 co-accused are facing fraud, corruption and money laundering charges, and this relates to the alleged irregular awarding of a 255 million rand asbestos roof removal contract. He claims that the case is politically motivated. Let's cross now to our reporter in Bloemfontein, Samkele Maseko, and find out what's happening ahead of today's court appearance. Samkele, good morning. So we've been taking a look, speaking to Palesa earlier about what to expect in court today. Has anyone arrived as yet?
At this point in time, we've only seen the spokesperson of the National Prosecuting Authority, Advocate Mthunzi Mhaga, who is here in court already and is lingering around the vicinity or the precinct of the Bloemfontein High Court, where this court appearance and pre-trial for the asbestos case of over 250 million rand will be taking place here. We've not seen businessman Edwin Sodi arriving or politician Oli Molamlela, the former MEC and former mayor of Mangaung. And we've not seen the suspended Secretary General of the ANC also arriving here, whom we are said that he will be arriving from about 8:30 this morning. In about 28 minutes time, he will be making his way here to court. But we are going to bring in the spokesperson of Mangaunga, because we do know that in the first court appearance there were thousands of ANC members and supporters gathered here to support the suspended Secretary General Ace Magashule. But since then the numbers have quite been fluctuating over a period of time, and particularly knowing now that there can be gatherings of largely high numbers outside in outside spaces, we wait to see if the suspended Secretary General, in the year where his party, the ANC, is going to a conference, and various regions here in the Free State are said to hold regional conferences, if he will be able to show a show of force in these few days. But the numbers are fluctuating, and we'll just get a sense from the city of Mangaung how they have prepared for this court appearance. Sir, just in essence, the numbers are fluctuating. On a security aspect, how are you prepared as the city of Mangaung?
Samkele, I think you get it right when you say numbers are fluctuating, but the risk remains the same. That is why we are still working with SAPS. The law enforcement of the city are on the ground. You can see that all the key areas are cordoned. The reason that we had to cordon it is to also make sure that people are safe, but people carry on with their daily business in the city, going to work, do other errands within the city. So we don't want the court appearance to really disturb the daily operations of the city. That is why we have made sure that at least part of, you can see part of President Brandt, which is one of the busiest street, is partially open. The St. Andrew part is partially open. It's not like earlier where we closed the entire place or the entire precinct. But you can see that the traffic flow, the traffic department of the city is on the ground, so people are not necessarily inconvenienced by the court appearance today.
When you look at the previous court appearances and this court appearance, how has business been affected in the city of Mangaung? Has it been negative, positive? What have been the repercussions of having Ace Magashule in court from a city revenue generating and from a business operation point of view?
Well, for the analysis that we did is that the very first appearance was a bit disturbing. There was a whole lot of movement. If you look at St. Andrews, Charlotte Macleod, and part of President Brandt were a bit problematic, but we learned from that. We started tightening the system. We made sure that there is a serious visibility of the law enforcement. We also made sure that our law enforcement and the SAPS are visible in every corner of the precinct itself. But in the past few appearances that we have seen, you could see that numbers have declined. But as I'm saying, you can't leave that to nothing and say you're not going to tighten systems. The risk always remains. The critical thing about the city, it is making sure that ordinary citizens who are doing their daily work are not disturbed. And you can see even now, the movement of the people is easy and there is totally no disturbance at this stage. I can't predict as to what is going to happen after the court, but we are equally up to the game. If there's going to be addresses and so forth, our people are there, the law enforcement is there. I do not foresee any disturbance after the court.
Yeah, indeed, up to the game on that aspect. But you don't have a city manager. How is that going on?
The council is sitting soon, and I'm sure it's the matter that will be dealt with. But again, it is the council that has to determine as to when is it appointing the acting city manager. But you might have seen that the advert of the city manager to appoint the permanent city managers out there. So I'm sure processes are afoot, and we'll do what is necessary just to make sure that service delivery does not suffer in the city.
Thank you very much. That is the spokesperson of the city of Mangaung saying that they are on top of their game when it comes to the security aspect, and that the streets are flowing partially and have been partially opened where we are currently at, and that they anticipate that law enforcement will be on the ground to make sure that should the suspended Secretary General of the ANC, Ace Magashule, have scores of numbers here, they will be able to surely make that the laws of the country are respected. We've not seen large numbers coming to court here to support Secretary General of the ANC, Ace Magashule. That's why I'm just going to ask my colleague Kwazi Manzi as we wrap up, just to show you the security detail of the suspended Secretary General of the ANC. Those gentlemen in that black Mercedes-Benz bus, that V-Class and the Benz behind, they are there to support the Secretary General of the ANC from a security perspective, who is anticipated to arrive any time from now. Sakina.
Well, thank you so much, Samkele Maseko, of course, there for us outside the court in Bloemfontein, and we'll update you on developments as soon as there are any.